All right, what's going on YouTube? Here's another episode of the weekly analysis, kind of an update from Monday's video. Just going to go through the pairs as per usual, run through the forex pairs, then through the commodities, indexes, and then also the crypto pairs. So, and to be honest, I'll probably start doing a stocks long term look. Looking at weekly zones there, so good for kind of long-term investing. Then we'll crack on here with the forex pairs. So at the moment, Aussie CAD, nothing on here for us. Again, we have had a kind of drop here. This is a potential zone in this area here, but I don't think it's actually, that looks not too bad. So what I'm going to do is just going to put this here, and let's have a look on 4 hour. Yeah, okay, so we're going to put that on there. Need to add that trade on, so I'm going to mark this in blue to remind myself to put that trade on. Just looking through the higher time frames, yeah, nothing else really to be looked at. So we've got that drop, base drop, price hasn't retested it, had a strong drop out of it earlier. See price coming into this area here, again not an area that we're buying from. Price is struggling to push through it, but I suspect price will likely fire through that zone. Not very often in these zones where it's all massive downtrend, a pivot, and then kind of price fails halfway. Very rarely will they be a successful zone, but this one didn't live up to structure, so we didn't actually take that trade. The other zones higher up, hourly zone up here, again, it's not the best because it's a rally-based drop in the middle of a trend. The 8 hour zone higher up is stronger and more favourable. Aussie yen, so coming into this daily zone again, obviously not a trade that we're going to be taking. Price keeps sinking, and yeah, we don't really have any other zones to be kind of looked at the moment on this pair. Just fine, just the one higher up. Yeah, it's not, just a bit choppy to be honest. Well, it's not choppy, it's sinking like a ship, but it's probably too choppy for us to take. But this looks like an okay zone. Sorry, to take for us to put any trades on. So this is a 10-minute zone. So 10-minute zones, you need to wait for the confirmation before entering the trade. Don't just enter it blindly. The Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar. So this one fired through this 4 hour zone. Again, we did discuss that this zone was a potential, like we did put this trade on, so we lost this trade, but we did discuss in the previous videos, this is kind of a bit whippy. Not whippy, a bit, what's the word for it? Space. There's a lot of space in the distribution, because we've discussed in previous videos where we want the distribution to be like this. We've kind of had up, move, down, up, move, down, up. So it's not the, it wasn't the neatest of zones, but we took it anyway because it was kind of the only trade that we had on for this pair. So I need to actually keep that on because I need to put this on as my, because what I'll do is I put all my trades into a spreadsheet, which I'll actually pull up just now. So these are all the trades in the spreadsheet that we've taken. So I need to add on the AUD trade, and yeah, just a quick look for you. That's my trading journal. So I'll put this on, screenshot this, and I screenshot the look of the zone as well. Okay, and then there's the zone below. Let's see, it goes up to there. pretty sure this one doesn't, this isn't one. Yeah, it's not. Just gonna remove that. I'll remove this just now as well because we want to have a look at the lower time frame to see if there are any other zones available to us higher up to sell from, and there doesn't look like there's. Okay, and to AUD USD, got a potential zone here, and 4 hour, double check to make sure this is solid and it has moved enough. Yeah, so 4 hour zone appeared overnight on AUD USD. See here, it's a nice drop, base drop. So again, I'll tag that to make sure we put the trade on. We've got a 30-minute zone lower down. So ideally what we'll want to do is have price push into here, reverse, and then we'll try and take profits down at a new low. Or what can happen, price is going to come down here, could burst through this 30-minute zone because it's not been back here for such a long time. Usually when it's a lower time frame zone, they work better when they've just happened, so maybe like the next day. So we could burst through this without getting a confirmation and then push back up into here and then come back down again, but we'll see. Again, that's predicting the markets. I don't really do that. I just buy and sell from zones that we like. Okay, moving to CAD Swiss. Nothing on this really, apart from the zones higher up, which we've already discussed in previous videos. So we'll move quickly on to the next pair. CAD Yen. Nothing on here either. So moving on to Swiss yen. Almost came up to our zone here and then tanked. In fact, missed the. We did have the trade on here that we got a winner from this week. It was an hourly zone, which I have obviously removed because I already registered it on my. Get your words out. Register on my journal. So take profit was here. So we got like a 3.6R on that trade. So that was a nice winner for the week. Obviously we're not taking the buys from this zone below. There's a price already retested. And then obviously prices just rattled through this area, but this was a lower time frame zone as well, so not one that we were going to be taking unless we had a confirmation. And that's the other thing, the confirmation is price cannot break the low of the zone. As you can see here, price is just battered into the zone, but we've broken the low. So to me, that's not a zone of interest anymore. This zone higher up is a 30-minute zone. Go in the 1 minute, you'll be able to see how nice looking it is. Drop, base, drop. But price didn't manage to get back to it, so we'll still keep that on. Again, need confirmation. Euro AUD. Got a bit of a drop base rally here. Only issue I have with it is the price has dropped down and then the basing has kind of gone higher up than the low. We'd much rather it down and it all be very uniform and then gone. So I'm just going to take a look on the higher time frame to see if it is something that we're interested in. And probably not, to be honest. We're looking for textbook looking moves if we're going to put any risk on. So not bothered about that one. Move into Euro CAD. Choppy, absolutely horrific price action, to be honest, for us. Nothing, no big money in that market. Euro Swiss, no big money in the market at the moment. Euro GBP, again, nothing to be sort of spoken about there. Euro Yen, just been battered, so a wee L on that 12-hour trade. Wonder if there was a point, yeah, so probably should have had our take profit. Go to 3-hour. Take profit should have been, so this is a mistake on my end. Yeah, take profit should have been here for a 2.4R because we had a potential zone up here for price to be turning from. Not to worry, we'll take that L. Okay, and price tried to make it back up to this 30-minute zone but couldn't do it. This is an area here, but it's a bit choppy for us, so moving on to the next trade. I don't think there's anything further lower down at the moment to really look at. Again, it's just absolutely, drop his pants, but it's gaining strength really, isn't it? Okay, Euro NZD. There's an area down here, but I don't like the wick. You can see this wick here, but we've got a rally base rally, and it's pretty clean bar the wick, so we're gonna just leave that. And then this one here as well is obviously not one because it's been retested in the lower time frame. Okay, Euro USD. Nothing here until lower down. Let's actually double check that. Oh yeah, we've already been through this. It's retested in the lower time frame, so not one we're going to be taking. It'll probably get a good bounce from there, but not within our strategy, so we'll move on to the next pair. GBP AUD. Nothing here. We do have like a really big rally base rally, but it's probably not going to look like that on a higher time frame. Could do. No, it's not. It's more like a big candle wick out. Yeah. So move on from that pair. GBP CAD, nothing on here. GBP Swiss, nothing on this either. GBP JPY, just the 30-minute zone higher up. Let's have a look back at this hourly zone. I think it's an hourly zone. Nah, it's not. It's a 3 and a 2. Let's have a look at the lower time frame. It looks okay. Well, it's been retested, so it's not one we're going to take. And then there's a daily zone further below. You're better off waiting for this 30-minute zone higher up to sell from if price gets back there anytime soon. Again, lower time frame, you want that confirmation. GBP NZD, nothing on this either. GBP USD, we did actually have a nice winner on this week, so we had this zone in here, and then obviously we had a potential zone up here, so we had our take profit there at the 25% mark on the fib. Stop loss was pretty tight. I think it was like 12 pips. And yeah, for a nice 4R trade win. So that was good. So we've got a 4R and a 3R on Swiss yen, and then a -1 so far this week, so up 6R on those trades. Actually, we didn't double check that GBP/USD had any other trades to put on, and it doesn't. There is a 5-minute zone down here which price could potentially come into, which I'm waiting for to get a potential day trade. NZD CAD, nothing on here either. And then NZD Swiss, nothing on here either until higher up. Again, the one higher up is not amazing. Very similar to that AUD NZD, where price has gone up, down, rather than this sideways action. Cool. And we will reset the chart, move on to the next pair. NZD/JPY, nothing on here either. It's pretty boring. NZD/USD, nothing here. We did actually have a 50-minute zone, which I was hoping we were going to get an entry from here, but it looks like price tried to hit it, and I know that looks like it's hit it, but it missed by about a pip, and it's taken all the demand at that area, and then price just melted through the zone, and obviously we broke the low of the zone and price closed below it, so nothing to be done there this morning. Dollar CAD, nothing on here. This is just the worst price action of all time. Dollar Swiss got a bounce from this 5-minute zone, didn't take it though because we had price push past the high, which is just one of the rules, and you're going to miss trades on that, but it's also going to save you from losing trades as well. Dollar yen, 12-hour zone below. Let's have a look at what that's looking like at the moment. This could be actually a nice potential setup. Yeah, we're going to have to put a trade on here. Yeah. Try and catch the fallen knife. So I'm going to put a marker on there to make sure that we go back and put the trade on. Everything else though, not great, just supply higher up. USD, Singapore dollar, just that 2-hour zone we've already spoken about, and then apart from that, nothing else. So we'll move on to the indexes with gold. Excuse me. Yeah, so just gold, nothing on here at the moment either. Silver, we're coming up to this zone, this 1-hour zone here. Again, it's not the best zone. It's a little bit kind of loose and just like almost like a double top or a flag. We're really looking for these tight consolidation areas. So it's kind of a maybe trade, to be honest. We'll see how price reacts in the zone. Platinum, nothing on here. Palladium, nothing on here either. Brent crude oil, we've got a 1-hour zone below, so we're going to have to look at that in more detail because I've not looked at it. I just sort of marked it on quickly this morning. It's an okay zone. My issue I've got with it is the way that price has moved into the zone. It's kind of gone up like that diagonal. Oops. Price has gone diagonal rather than kind of straight up into it. It's gone like that. And then it started basing, and then it's moved out of the area. But probably take the trade just because, well, maybe not actually, because I need to check the angle. Ooh, what's borderline? We'll see when price comes back to it. Okay, moving to natural gas. Nothing here. to the S&P 500. There's a zone here. Again, it's choppy. We're not going to take this zone. It's too choppy. I don't like when zones go up, down, and then sideways. It's essentially, this is the zone. And it's also tried to retest it, not just explode away from it. So we're not going to take that. We're actually going to delete that off the chart so it's not distracting for us. And again, with this zone underneath it as well, it's the same kind of diagonal look. So we're not actually going to take that. We're going to take it off the chart as well because it's just not. It's just unnecessary having on the chart at this point. And that's that, because in the past there's been so many occasions where I've had zones put on the chart and then looked at it for 2 minutes and convinced myself that it is a good trade. In the past, anyway, not really of recent. And then put the trade on, and then lo and behold, it just smashes through the zone. Here's the trade I had in NASDAQ yesterday. So we've got 2.8R on a day trade. That's just a 5-minute zone coming into New York session. Again, this is getting deleted for the 2-hour zone. Just too much sideways movement, too much diagonal movement and not sideways. Nothing else on here to look at. US 30, nothing on here either. Russell, nothing on here until the much lower down zone, which we've already discussed. Canadian index. This is on its way to take profit, hopefully. And I know some of you are probably thinking I've contradicted myself with if it breaks the low. I've only when we're talking about lower time frame. Lower time frame setups. An hourly is considered the higher time frame to me, and this isn't the best looking zone either. But we took the trade because quite often on the Canadian index, the supply and demand zones, regardless of whether they look choppy or inconsistent, they are normally very, very essentially consistent. They work very well, and we were fortunate enough that we didn't actually get stopped out of this trade, so that was good. Into the DAX, unfortunately, had a loser on this. Actually, we had a take profit was too low. Should have taken a 2R in this trade. It was more of a day trade, so it was a 50-minute zone here. We had a nice reaction. I'll just show you it just now, so I don't have to do the video of it as an individual. Where are we? What day did it go in? What day is it today? Wednesday, and it was here. We had a rally, base, drop. It looks a lot better, I think, on the 10-minute time frame. Or is it the 5-minute? I can't remember. Yeah, it looked better on here. And then price nipped into it. And then obviously wait for this candle close because that's the first strong candle. And then my original take profit was down here at the lows. And obviously we've just missed it, came all the way back up and stopped out. So that was unfortunate, but not to worry. I'll just remove that there. And nothing else on this index at the moment either, apart from higher up. UK, so the FTSE, nothing on here. Japanese had a nice 50-minute zone that we took trade on yesterday morning. Nice 4R on this trade, which was good. We day trade had a good reaction on the 50-minute time frame. You can see price didn't make it to the zone. Had this nice candle here at 9 o'clock and sold into the lows. Okay. Aussie index 50-minute zone below. It's not amazing. It's not actually one we're going to look at. We're going to delete it. Euro stocks, zone higher up. Not one we're taking though. It's more of a pivot. Not enough sideways action. The CAC, the French index, nothing apart from 3 hour zone below. Italian index, zone above. Again, it's not amazing. Spanish index, nothing. Swiss index, 30-minute zone below. Wait for confirmation on that. The Bund got that 2 hour zone further up. Let's double check this to see if it's going to be one that we're going to put on. Let's get a bit of detail here. It's actually a 1 hour zone, it's not a 2 hour zone, so we're going to change that. Again, it's not amazing. You can see though yourself, we've been talking about it this whole time, we've kind of just gone up, down, up, down. We need that look. There's obviously not been that much trading action in there for people to be distributing to get into the trades to then have price drop. Not to worry, we keep moving. The bobble, or the euro bobble, whatever, nothing here. The gilt, UK 10-year gilt, got a demand zone 30 minutes below. That's a good zone. Wait till price comes into it and then get confirmations. This worked very nicely, so we got a nice 6.9R, so I think we got like a 6R in that trade with spread. Nothing on this. Just saying nothing on this because there's nothing, it's just boring, I can't bother looking at it. Look at the Chinese index, we've got a new zone up here above, so that's a nice 1 hour zone. I'd like to sell from there. South African, nothing. Hong Kong, do have a nice base down here, but I think it looks like it's probably been retested. Yeah, it has. Singapore index, nothing. The Netherlands index, nothing. And yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of the indexes and commodities. I know there's not many commodities on there, there's only gold. What is there? Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, crude oil, and natural gas. Kind of Bitcoin had that bounce from the 7 hour zone, which was nice. Have a potential zone up here, but it's been retested already, so not one we're going to take. And then there's a 50-minute zone higher up, so we're going to have to look at taking that as we come into it if we get a good confirmation. Ethereum, nothing on Ethereum. XRP, nothing on XRP. Just not even looking at that at the moment. Have a look at some US and UK long-term stocks. These are zones I've picked out. Again, I wait for confirmation on these stocks for like a weekly candle. You can see everything's exactly the same, always the same setups, and just rinse and repeat. But anyway, we'll go through that in further detail in another video. I might actually just quickly look at a commodities list and see if there's any long-term trade setups that we can have a look at. Because I can't be bothered looking at the lower time frames because it's not really anything I trade in this. Potential zone here on the cocoa futures. And cotton, so yeah, I'm basically just looking up and left to see if there's any nice consolidation areas with like a rally-based rally, rally-based drop, drop-based drop, drop-based rally. Nothing on cotton. Got the Bund already. Coffee futures. These drawings that I have previously. Potential zone down here, and these are potentials. I need to still look on a higher time frame to see if they're even worth considering. Um, Not amazing. Let's double check on the 5 minute here because we want to make sure. Just checking on this. Put an alert on there. If price comes into it and we get a confirmation, we will buy from there. Let's see what else we got. Natural gas on that. Orange juice. Got a big consolidation here. The only problem is this manky wick. We want, if price was all the way in here like this, that is absolutely just textbook for us to take. I don't have an early chart. That's fine. Soybean, or sorry, sugar. I thought it was soybeans. Zone up here. Drop base drop. Again, it's not the cleanest because it's not all the same height. But you'll probably get a bounce from it. That'll be price coming back to that in a long, long time. Anything left? It looks like there is nothing. There's nothing left. No, nothing there. UK gas. So natural gas. This is just a shit chart. UK real estate. I mean, look at the state of that. Look at the UK growth. Just decline. Absolutely horrific. Timber. Yeah, another difficult one to look at. Had a nice zone here, obviously. Bounce off of that, but not looking at that at the moment. Silver, I guess. The euro. Can't be bothered looking at these, actually. These are just crap. Look at copper, though, because it's a different metal. Up and left. There's a potential zone here, but it kind of looks like it's just a bit of a pullback. So I wouldn't say there's much on there for us. Looked at them. Looked at the T-bond futures. I've already done that. What's this? Corn? Corn futures. Yeah, nothing on here either. Soybean. I'm just skipping the bonds because we've already looked at them. Soybean futures. Big consolidation here. Looks like it's too big though. There's probably not a big enough amount of continuation. Yeah, nothing on there. It's just wheat futures. Maybe here. Let's look in the daily. Nope. 12 hour. Nope. 8 hour. Kind of 7 hour zone. There's got to be some demand below though. We've had a bit of a decline in this market. We'll go back to the daily. And oh yeah, there's got to be some demand in here. No, there's none. All right. What is that? That's a nice big drop base rally in here, but it's probably already been tested when it tried to move and then come back in again, because all it's done is been, all this is was a rally base rally, and that's just come back into it. Soybean futures, obviously I had a little thing on here that you just saw was for kind of a double top. I was doing research on pattern trading just for futures because that was kind of traditional. But yeah, it's pretty boring. Hourly, let's have a look. Is there anything on here? No. These are all pretty boring. Not going to look at the currencies because we've already gone through all that sort of stuff. Live cattle, futures, nothing. Lumber futures, already looked at that. So it's lean hogs. No, New York Harbor. I don't even know what this is. It's just like fuel. Nothing. No, absolutely nothing. Here's your lean hog futures. Let's see what this big structure was. Just been a consolidation. However, it looks like there's a demand that has been built in. Let's have a look at what this looks like in the lower time frame. Oh yeah, we could see a bit of a rise in this market over the next couple of months. Rice futures, this is tin, iron ore. There's so many markets to look. I've already looked at copper. This is feeder cattle. Again, I've seen these patterns. The patterns work, but you just need to be really disciplined, and you've got to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for the prices to break. Nothing. What's this? Oat futures. Rubbish. Oh, hot rolled coil steel. That's what we all want to trade, isn't it? Mind you, there's some decent demand in here. So price kind of, well, it already touched it and then flew. Probably a really illiquid market. Very difficult to probably trade it. Okay, this video is going on too long, but we'll just quickly rattle through what we've got left. What's this? Sugar futures. Nothing's showing up on this. I think these are old. What's that? 20-year treasury bond. No, all good. All right, well, that's your kind of quick run through of some of the futures or commodities. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and see you in the next one.